As a result of everyone's effort and hard work, we are now delighted to present our futuristic school promotion, a new academy for progressive development. Welcome to Ravenclaw Institute for Success and Excellence Upgrade Academy, where your higher education is our primary aspiration. It would be located at General Luna Street, Paco, Manila, Metro Manila, Philippines. Rise Up Academy is a prestigious school in the Philippines that aspires to create an atmosphere in which our students are popularly known, tested, encouraged, trained more, and motivated to compete in various professions to achieve future success and excellence. With this, the high achievement of students and teachers continues to reflect their ambition to lead both locally and globally, where advanced technology, top-notch facilities, an integrated curriculum, appropriate faculty and staff are attainable. Moreover, we also have a lot of prepared and planned for all of you. And to know and prove more what Rise Up Academy can be proud and offered of, let's look at them together. Because ultimately, here in Rise Up Academy, we initiate, ignite, integrate, and innovate for every learner's future.
The logo of Rise Up Academy and its representation, the setting icon that stands for technological advance and global trends. Fern leaf symbolizes success, victory, and new beginnings. Book that stands for knowledge and awareness. Gold ribbon symbolizes compassion and courage. And lastly, Ravenclaw that stands for excellence, learning, freedom, and doing. In Rise Up Academy, we offer a progressive view of curriculum. What should you expect in a progressivist curriculum? Prioritizing the total learning experiences of the individual is our main focus because we believe that thoughts are not derived from actions but are tested by the application. So we offer a hands-on approach to learning. How do students will acquire quality education through progressive curriculum? Well, all the experiences in the classroom are planned, enacted, and under the guidance of qualified teachers. Moreover, this view of curriculum is anchored on John Dewey's theory of learning by doing, meaning students will interact in their environment to adopt and learn. Based on the study of Mekonnen, year 2020, entitled Evaluating the Effectiveness of Learning by Doing Teaching Strategy, reveals that this learning method enhances the participations of students. Accordingly, 75% of the respondents agreed on the usefulness and effectiveness of learning by doing strategy in teaching and learning process. What is our Academy's vision and mission? Rise Up mission is to become a leading academy in the Philippines, acknowledged as the center of excellence in developing high-quality, competitive, lifelong learners that will be developed or shaped through collaborative acquisition, leadership, technological advancement, inquiry, transformation, and exploration for student preparedness and global awareness by year 2040. Rise Up mission is to produce flexible and adaptive learners, well-educated, environmentally oriented, globally and technologically literate professionals by providing high-quality education, existentialist, reconstructionist, and progressivist inculcation, superb supervision, and proper values that will lead to achievement and a higher standard of living.
Our aim is for everyone to achieve excellence. We strive to help students reach their full potential in a stimulating and exciting environment in the heart of the community. In the elementary or primary level, our own curricula should aim to impart knowledge and discover skills, behaviors, and enthusiasm to personal growth and excellence of the future and contribute to an emerging and progressive country. In terms of high school or secondary level, our educational curricula aim to cultivate and broaden the strengths and interests of students to improve their skills through the use of existing technology and research in order to become productive citizens who can lead both locally and globally. Lastly, in tertiary education, our ultimate aim is to establish professions and nurture intrinsic knowledge whereby the university and country can be proud of.
To make our vision and mission a reality, we engage our students in the classroom through the help of our goals. We're to deliver a better experiences using the knowledge that exists, to encourage involvement in and appreciation for a wide range of perspectives, to include 21st century skills into learning, to foster ownership and participation in the learning process, to make learning in cultural situations easier, to promote the integration of a variety of representational techniques, and last but not the least, to raise awareness of the process of knowledge acquisition. When it talks about the objectives, Rise Up Academy is committed to stimulate learners' curiosity and creativity through an educational curriculum, to help students become more accountable and involved in their learning, to encourage others' compassion, respect, and acceptance, to increase each student's self-esteem and resilience, to provide a rich and informative curriculum that allows all students to succeed.
Let's take a look at some broad subject in basic or general education. Each topic area has its own body of knowledge or learning content. Mathematics includes 5 contents of mathematics, provides an effective way to develop mental discipline, encourages logical reasoning, and mental recall. Communication arts cover all facets of effective communication, writing, speaking, reading, listening, researching, illustrating, and more. Science help to think analytically and improve living standards. Social studies and history ignites the curiosity about real-world issues and helps young people to make informed and reasoned decisions. Research helps students to understand the complexities of a problem, disapprove lies, uphold truth, and build on to create knowledge that is reliable and authentic. ICT promote higher order thinking skills, which includes evaluating, planning, monitoring, reflecting, and producing solutions to problems. Physical education develops students' competence and confidence to take part in a range of physical activities that become a central part of their lives. Personal development helps students to define their own personal vision and life goals more clearly. Values and theology let students reflect on their sense of right and wrong to grow and develop individually. Our school has a lot of experiences that impact our students' learning and can be used to emphasize or reinforce the goal of an educational engagement.
The most effective approach for me as a professor is being passionate for the subject, teaching and learning. Be prepared, knowing the material and how to communicate it. Inform being able to convey both new and old materials and methods. Confident, not afraid to make mistakes, and willing to admit to ignorances. To become a better university professor, I use the 5 teaching strategies to create learning environments and to assist students in reaching predetermined learning outcomes. These are experiential learning, direct instruction, indirect instruction, interactive instruction, and independent study. I'm also an exceptional faculty member who responsibly teach students. I'm also be committed to the field of specialization. Set an example. How I act in front of my students goes a long way. Treat my students like real people and embrace ambiguity. Goes beyond the call of duty. Establish rapport among my students so that they can feel a harmonious relationship inside and outside the classroom. They should feel that the school is their second home, wherein they can think, they can explore, and they can express themselves with self-confidence. Help them boost their morale in order to grow professionally in all aspects.
Hi, good day. This is Mary Chris Pangalinan. I am a senior high school teacher of Pagkalangang National High School, and I am handling grades 11 and 12 with the subjects reading and writing and English, media and information literacy. Now, for those subjects with the use of technology, since we are living in a time where technology is really accessible and available to most of our students, I let them engage themselves, although it's not face-to-face, but through online classes, they were able to engage themselves and apply those the skills that they possess necessary for the next phases of their lives. It's either in college or whether they are planning to apply for a job. I always make sure that using my subject, they will be able to participate and communicate in the most effective manner, and exchange ideas with their colleagues and with everyone around them. So with that, by engaging them and letting them experience firsthand the lessons that I'm giving them, they were able to improve and develop the skills that they needed in their chosen field. So that's it. Thank you so much.
In line with the interview, we consider the following aspects. Give children problem to solve, not answer to remember. The teacher and learning process will be based on real-world problems, giving every student the opportunity to prove and enhance their skill. Students will be guided by skilled and qualified teachers.
According to Burden and Sanders in 1987, all curricula to be effective must have the element of evaluation. And now, our school enthusiastically promotes the various evaluation approaches that can be used to aid our students' self-development and capacities. First and foremost, goal-based is one of the evaluation approaches that our academy can utilize, a way of comparing the actual outcome of a project by each student to the proposed plan's objectives. It allows students to refine and develop effective processes while discarding or reconfiguring poor ones that can be employed as a tool in various domains of competition.
In terms of process-based approach, our academy demands to know if base instruction in a certain class or course were developed and performed according to plan and resulted in specific outcomes. It will be evaluated at the end of the project whether the suitable overall process is effective and whether it should be changed, maintained, or improved.
Last but not least, outcome-based approach. This form of evaluation is carried out at our institution to better analyze different and methodical methods of determining the extent to which a program exists. Based on a thorough analysis, it will be determined whether each of the children's outcome was met or not.
What philosophies does Rise Up Academy have? In our academy, we inspired by progressivism, existentialism, and reconstructionism. And why did our academy apply these philosophies? Rise Up Academy wanted that education comes from experiences. So we chose progressivism, a contemporary reformist movement in educational, social, and political affairs in which students could learn and practice the skills and tools necessary for democratic living. Also, the Academy will use existentialism, where we shape students' full personality, not just only the mind, while giving every individual's freedom. Education must concentrate on the views and emotions of the individual, so that personal reactions or responses to life circumstances can be understood.
To produce flexible and adaptive learners, Rise Up Academy will utilize reconstructionism, wherein we focuses on global and future trends and issues. In this view of philosophy, Rise Up Academy believes that our academy is a mean that will reshape the attitudes and values of each generation. Rise Up Academy also focuses on developing individual self-realization through cognitive and intellectual activities, thus on liberating people from limitations, restrictions, and controls of society. With these three philosophies, we believe that Rise Up Academy will surely attain its mission and achieve its vision.
What does the curriculum mean to the learner? Self-understanding, self-actualization, fostering emotional and physical well-being, as well as intellectual skill are the immediate concern of the humanistic learning theory. The humanistic curriculum views the learner as a whole person, not just a part of society, history, or philosophy. In Rise Up Academy, we are primarily concerned with the intellectual and emotional growth of an individual. We foster a sense of compassion, acceptance, and respect for society, as well as understanding the human nature. Through the humanistic learning theory, students will lead to self-actualization where all their needs are met, feel fulfilled, and be the best that they can be. Learning is not an end in itself. It is a way for reaching the pinnacle of self-development, which Maslow termed self-actualization. According to Abraham Maslow, once a need is met, it desires to continuously achieve the other needs starts from basic needs such as psychological needs, to safety, to love, to esteem, and to self-actualization. Our academy is a learner-centered school that focuses on the needs of the students in order for them to attain their maximum learning potential. It is necessary for the students to feel good about themselves and to believe that they are capable of setting and achieving their goals. According to the UNESCO Chair Guardia on 2020 entitled Humanistic and Ethical Values in Higher Education, argues that humanistic focus in higher education will equip learners with global social skills that will help resolve sustainability in the future. Our academy focuses on the development of child self-concept in order to prepare them for adulthood. When a student is confident in himself, well, it is a good way to start.
Here, at Rise Up Academy, meaningful learning is the aim of our cognitive teaching methodologies. We don't put a lot of emphasis on memorizing or repeating things. Our instructor, on the other hand, teach students the principle of learning for the rest of their lives. Your child will be acquire skills and methods that will help him or her improve his or her academic performance, such as critical thinking and making long-term connection between concepts. We focus on the student developmental stages, multiple forms of intelligence, problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity. We are here to improve comprehension, develop problem solving, improve confidence, promote long-term learning, and instill a love of learning. Giving our students the opportunity to explore and develop their various intelligence can have a numerous advantage for them, ranging from developing new skills to becoming more involved and active learners, developing their ability to recognize and, more importantly, value their own unique strengths to guide them to become confident, successful, and accomplished adults in their chosen field. The humanistic approach is learner-centered and focuses on the needs of the students in order to help them to reach their full potential of learning. When their basic needs are satisfied, they are more likely to motivated and engaged to work for personal satisfaction and not for external validation.
Based on the historical and legal perspective of the Philippine educational system, we perform the following benefits. Since our current education system hinders us from becoming even more competitive. Starting in the 2012 to 2013 school year, the education system of the Philippines was enhanced from 10 years of the basic education to a 12-year program through an initiative called the K-12 Education Plan, sponsored by the Department of Education. Rise Up Academy implement and use this new curriculum to meet the goals of it and to give a high-quality education to all learners. And we all know that the implementation of the K-12 plan in the Philippine basic education curriculum is the key to our nation's development. Here are the benefits of K-12 basic education curriculum that help Rise Up Academy. First, sufficient instructional time. With K-12 education, students will have sufficient instructional time for subject-related tasks, making them more prepared in every subject area. Second, more active role in the learning process. The envisioned K-12 curriculum is designed to be learner-centered, which will greatly encourage students to be more engaged in their learning process, because the learning is focused on the individual preference of each student. The process of acquiring new information and skills that are useful for daily life and for the future will become more beneficial and enjoyable for students. Third, more skilled and competent graduates. Another reason to support K-12 education is because the graduates of this program are seen to be more prepared to enter the real world. When they graduate from high school, these young people will be 18 and employable, adding to the nation's manpower and productivity.
Fourth, is he recognized as global citizen and professional? Finally, with K-12 education, Filipino graduates will be automatically recognized as professional abroad because we are the following the international education standard as practiced by all nations. And lastly, a competitive advantage through Filipinos are known to be competitive in the international community. Our current education system hinders us in becoming more competitive among other countries. According to Abueva 2019, implementing the K-12 program in the Philippine curriculum of basic education was the key to the growth of our country. Although the government has faced many problems as it implements the program over several years, it has been a necessary improvement as it has been critical to the success of our nation to increase the quality of our education. Additionally, as stated in the study conducted by Dison et al. 2019 entitled Perspective on the Implementation of the K-12 Program in the Philippines, The data revealed that K-12 programs give graduates the ability to become competitive on their own chosen field of specialization, who possess with the necessary skills and competencies. This is speculated from teachers, parents, and students. That's why it's conducted that the K-12 basic education curriculum is greatly helpful and effective to meet the goals of Rise Up Academy and give every learner the best learning, teaching they aspire to.
Our curriculum depicts education whereby it is a cultural transmission process. Thus, said academy considers social settings in general, the relationship between school and society in particular, assesses the influence of social factors, and takes place in a complex social environment through demands imposed by society and having a direct bearing on school. According to John Dewey, education is a primary obligation of educators to be aware of the general concept of the shaping of actual experience by environmental conditions, and to comprehend what surroundings are favorable to having experiences that lead to growth. Our society's needs in terms of education are diverse, considering that we are a developing country and there is a noticeable divide and gap in physical and human resources in various communities based on economic standing. To effectively address the needs of society, Rise Up Academy establishes the conditions that keep a hierarchy of urgency and relevance for each demand for equitable education in keeping our educational goal. Our academy adapts to institutional changes such as adjustments in course emphasis, identifying available resources, and allocating them based on the needs. We deliver to students the skills and experiences needed to develop into highly competent learners, leaders, and experts who improve educational thinking and method. Also, to improve since education is critical in social growth and nation building.
Rise Up Academy model of curriculum planning is the Tyler model. It is one of the best-known curriculum models introduced in 1949 by Ralph Tyler in his classic book entitled Basic Principles of Curriculum and Instruction. By this model, our academy will always consider the four questions, which are: first, what educational purposes should our school seek to attain? Second, what educational experiences can be provided that are likely to attain these purposes? Third, how can these educational experiences be effectively organized? Fourth and the last one, how can we determine whether these purposes are being attained? By answering these questions, we will ensure that our academy would be the best choice for you to enroll with. Moreover, our academy's curriculum design is learner-centered, which means that we take students' needs, interest, and goals into consideration. It is meant to empower learners and allow them to shape their education through choices. See you in our Rise Up Academy.
Rise Up Academy's curriculum is anchored into Rand Change Agent model because this model is based on the assumption that the success of the implementation of new program depends on the following. First, the characteristic of the proposed change. Second, competencies of the teaching and administrative staff. Third, the support of local community. And fourth, the school organizational structure, which means that it considers every part of the curriculum to make a better implementation, and it suggests that organizational dynamics seems to be the chief barriers to change. The RCA model indicated a significant shift in the ways people thought about affecting planned change in education. So at this stage, the program implemented is provided with the necessary personnel and financial support. With the said anchored curriculum of our academy, we make sure to implement a way better curriculum for our students. No curriculum will be perfect as a finished product cast in stone or free from criticism, but to be effective, it must be accepted by the teachers and deemed educationally by the parents and the community.
Rise Up Academy gives you the assurance that the learners will achieve the learning outcome that they can use not only today, not only at school, but also in the future and outside the world. Yes, it's true. It's a lifelong learning. Our academy is using placement, formative, summative, and diagnostic evaluation. According to Ralph Tyler, evaluation is the process of determining to what extent the educational objectives are being realized. Apparently, from Aruna, teachers conduct evaluation because of its following process. First, to discover the extent of competencies. Then, to predict the educational practices. To appraise the status and changes in students' behavior. To make provision for guiding the growth of the individual student. To diagnose the individual student's educational weakness and strength. To assess the student's progress from time to time, and many more. Rise Up Academy wants to make sure that the fellow students acquire the excellence and skills that they need to achieve, as well as the instructional objectives. So, the school wants to test the learners' prerequisite knowledge and skills using placement evaluation. To determine the learning progress in order to provide feedback for reinforcement of learning and correct learning errors using formative evaluation. To determine and of course achievement for assigning grades or certifying mastery of objectives using summative evaluation. Lastly, to determine causes, whether it's intellectual, emotional, and environmental or persistent learning difficulties using diagnostic evaluation. The said types of evaluation will be measured by the use of the following illustrative materials: reading tests, aptitude tests, pre-test and course objectives, observational techniques, teacher-made mastery tests, performance rating scales, product scales, published diagnostic tests, and teacher-made diagnostic tests.
What's more in Rise Up Academy? Well, our school offers classes with different pedagogical approaches, including constructivist and collaborative approaches, with the use of our well-equipped laboratories and facilities, reflective and inquiry-based approaches for 2 to 3 days a week for different activities like gamification and synchronous classes, and integrative approaches with the use of technologies for integration of more advanced technologies. Specifically, we offer AI, VR, and MR class. These tools will help your children to be more equipped and prepared in the future, because VR and MR let your children wonder and explore in the different world but seems to be realistic. Our school offers it in all levels for 1 to 2 days a week. In Rise Up, we implement the STEAM curriculum. If you are familiar with STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, well, we just upgraded it to STEAM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. We made it that way to engage more and improve the students' academic performance. We upgrade our system in hybrid education to produce high-quality, competitive, lifelong learners, because if you look around and wonder, technologies are everywhere. And our school wants to guide your children in the right hands and in the right way. Pandemic has brought us here, so does our changing world. So grab it and enroll in Rise Up Academy.
For more inquiries, you may email us at riseupacademy@rua.edu.ph or contact us at our telephone system 633-5149. You may also visit our official website at www.riseupacademy.edu.ph for more updates and information. Let's do everything we can to make our children's education the best it can be. And we strongly believe that good decisions comes from learning and learning comes from experiences. Begin your studies at Rise Up Academy. Because here in Rise Up Academy,
Here in Rise Up Academy,
In Rise Up Academy,
here 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 in Rise Up Academy,
Rise Up Academy,
Here in Rise Up Academy,
Here in Rise Up Academy,
Here in Rise Up Academy, we initiate, ignite, integrate, and innovate for every learner's future. What are you waiting for? Enroll now!